Confidence is one of the sexiest quality, they say. Why is that? Well, if you think about when you look at someone who has confidence and someone who has lack of confidence, the energy and the vibe of that person is so different. And even though maybe that person knows less than the other one, if that person has confidence, that person is gonna reach whatever they want faster instead of that person who has no confidence. It's very similar when I have students, someone who has obvious natural talent but with no confidence, or someone who has less talent but very, very confident, very confident. Unfortunately or not unfortunately, but the person who has less talent but more confidence, that person gets where they want much faster than the person who has talent but less confidence, yeah. So having confidence and faith in yourself, that's everything when you want to achieve something. Why did I tell you this story? Because I want to just share with you a very, very quickly my story. I was 21 years old when I started to teach, when I decided that I want to start to teach. And my motivation wasn't the money. My motivation was simply that when I heard someone to sing, I could tell that that person does it right or not. And I was in the music college at that time, so I was learning, I was studying to become a teacher and a singer. But obviously that was 17 years ago. Obviously I had less knowledge than now. But the reason actually why I became successful almost immediately, it was because I was 100% sure that I can help. I had less knowledge, but I was 100% sure, I had the confidence, and I was certain that I can help. And for a whole year, I had maybe 3 students. That time, obviously, there wasn't YouTube. There was almost barely internet that time. I mean, like in my country. Obviously, there was internet, but much less. Not as popular than now. And there were no videos. There were no like sites like that where you can actually. There was just maybe 1 or 2 sites, like a private teacher site where you can advertise yourself. So it was weird times. So anyway, the first year I had 3 students, but I didn't give up. I would just carry on. And after the first year was over, people started to just like coming along to me. And yes, I was definitely less knowledge, like I said before, but I was so sure when they came to me, they told me what they want to learn, they showed me what's the singer, who's their favorite singer, who's their favorite sound. I would listen, like, okay, yeah, I know how to do this. And even though like with my hands, with my legs, with my everything, but I explained how to teach that, how to learn, how to do that correctly, very, very important, correctly. And then I moved to London. A few years later, I moved to London, and for some reason, during the years when I was a lot of things happened, and kind of there was a time in my life when I lost all my confidence. I lost all my self-esteem, everything, and it was almost like I was really, went down completely, and I had to build up myself again. And in London, I decided I'm gonna start to teach, and but I was so scared, and I was like, God, can I even teach? I was even asking myself this, like, can I even teach? And I started to teach to a music management company, but I was so unsure. I was so shy. I was so unsure about myself. But the reviews were so good of my students that I started to believe that, okay, maybe I'm a good teacher, who knows. Okay, and then later I established my own vocal school, and which was the first couple of years was, again, just a few people came, and at some point it became international. I became an international teacher with an international vocal school. And that time, even though I still had less confidence than the very first time I started, but I had more knowledge. I was full of, I went to other teachers, I went to courses, I've done like lots of researches because I wanted to know even more. I wanted to have more knowledge about what I teach, and I wanted to understand, because since I started to teach different people, I needed a kind of a wider, I would say, like a wider way of explaining things, explaining techniques, and obviously more techniques, different techniques. And whatever I did, I always felt like that I can explain whatever they come to me. I know how to do that. I can hear it. Yes, I know, and I can explain it. Doesn't matter what's the way. I could explain it. And then later on, this something happened in my life again, and then vocal school went down. And later on, I established Phoenix Vocal Studio, which is my vocal studio. And now I can say, there was a time in my life, well, not too long ago, when people ask me like, what do you do? And I said, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a singer. But for some reason, I couldn't relate with this. And I constantly questioned myself, like, am I a teacher? Am I a coach? I'm like, who am I to teach? How dare I to teach when I'm a student myself as well? Because I felt like that I need to, when I realized that when you learn, new things, constantly learn in life, you start to realize that you know nothing. Yeah. So when someone could be a teacher or anybody tells you that, oh, I know everything, run from that person, because that person probably knows nothing. Anyway, so yeah, it wasn't really about the confidence or being sure, because I was still sure that I can teach, and I can teach that and that and that. It was more about the responsibility, because I started to realize that like teaching is a huge responsibility. Whatever you teach, doesn't have to be singing, anything. It's a huge responsibility. How did I realize it? When I started to hear and see the review of my own students, when they tell me like how I changed their lives or how I helped them and what a big impact I was. And I was always like that, it wasn't me. I mean, like, it was you. So yes, you came to me and I showed you some techniques. I showed the way, but I didn't do anything. It's not me. I would say I was the channel. You chose me and I helped you, but it was you. It's only you can change your life. Only you can make an impact. You are the one who are responsible for your own lives, obviously. But anyway, so when I saw this, I started to realize that, Jesus Christ, this is quite a big responsibility. Okay. And I was like, so I started to be more aware of, be more like cautious, like what I say, what I teach, how I teach, but again, most importantly, what I say. And now and there was actually a moment when I kind of got back all the confidence I had, and it's not because I realized that I know everything, no, because I just realized that maybe I don't know everything, which obviously I don't know everything, but I sure know how to teach. But I sure know how to explain this and this and this and this. And even though someone would tell me that, hey, you can't teach this anymore, or can't do this, it's fine for me, because I would find another way to explain it. Because to me, a good teacher knows how to explain any kind of way that the student requires. It's not about teaching one way, one method. If you are a good teacher, you know how to explain to that person and that person and that person and that person, because everyone is individual. And if maybe this one works for her, but this one doesn't work for him. So you need to know how to explain. You need to have a tremendous patience for yourself as well. So when I realized that, when I understood this, that yeah, maybe I don't know everything and I will never know everything, but I sure know how to teach. And I love teaching. And that's how important is being sure or being certain about what you can, what you offer, what you do, and what you are. And that's how important that you have confidence. You don't have to know everything, because you will learn along the way. I still learn a lot of things. Obviously, we are all students of life, but still, I mean, when someone sometimes brings a singer or a technique, first time I listen, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not 100% sure right now, but give me some time and I will show you how to do that. I will figure it out. That's the point, that you don't give up. Okay, I don't know how to do this, but I find a way. I figure this out. And that's life. You don't have to know everything. But your approach for life, like, yeah, I don't know it, I figured it out. No one is born like knowing everything. If someone looks like, seems like, okay, but this person definitely looks like they know everything. No, it's not. Everyone has a different path, everyone has a different task to complete in life. So confidence. And again, confidence doesn't happen like this. You have to start somewhere, you have to build it. So start with small things, small steps. This is building. When you learn something new, it's a process. Everything takes time. Give yourself time. And when you learn something, you are literally building something up. So build yourself up instead of beating yourself. That's quite nice. So Louise Hay told this, and it's so beautiful. Like, build yourself instead of beating yourself. Just because you cannot do straight away, it doesn't mean you're not going to be good at later. You're not going to be good at it later on. So I really hope that it helped you to understand a bit more about confidence. If you want to have more videos or want to see more videos, feel free to subscribe, ask, post below the video, ask any questions you want. And thank you very much, and see you in the next video. If you are someone who has no chance to take one-to-one lessons for any reasons, you can join our membership site, where you can get a lifetime access for audio, video exercises, instructions, explanations. And not only the exercises, you can find the audio files which you can use every single day till the rest of your life. You can ask as many questions as you want from me, from your vocal coach, about any technique, any song, any band, any singer. You find the link below the video, so you can start your training even today. Thank you very much, and see you soon.